My name's Sean Garren. I'm the Clean Energy Advocate with Environment America, and that means I run our federal renewable energy program here in DC. Just a year ago, I was a fellow in the fellowship program working on clean energy. In my first year and second year, my biggest responsibility was lobbying and organizing for strong clean energy policies at the federal level. And something that my boss actually warned me to look out for was that every time you try and pass an effective policy for clean energy, dirty technologies, dirty sources of energy are going to try and get into the bill as basically a clean renewable technology. One of the biggest examples of this is the technology trash incineration, where people literally burn garbage and generate electricity from burning that trash. Which, as background, burning trash is one of the dirtiest ways that you can generate electricity. It literally puts out more and far worse pollution than even burning coal. When you burn plastic and you burn organic stuff, so like banana peels, when you burn those together, they actually combine to make a really terrible pollutant called dioxin. There's literally not scientifically an amount of it that's been found to be safe. Trash incinerators are constantly being proposed all around the country. The truth is, in the last 10 years or so, we've had a huge amount of success beating back these local proposals. And the way that that's been happening is local and state opposition is so intense. And so I kind of put two and two together and figured out that if we could access this tremendous local energy and get them to shift even just a fraction of their time, their energy onto trying to fight this at the federal level, we could successfully win on this and then set ourselves up better in the future to always be kind of fighting off the trash burning industry. So I pulled together a few conference calls with a bunch of these activists from around the country to talk to them, see where they were coming from, how their fights were going, and whether I could convince them to spend a little time, call their legislators, get some of their friends and family and community to call their legislators to fight this at the federal level. I got on the conference call and I was feeling pretty confident. I guess I thought that these groups would see what, like I did, that just a little bit of their energy could go a long way in fighting this at the federal level, and it could be really disastrous if we lost on this at the federal level. It would make their jobs a lot harder. But after I made my plea, it seemed like the flood was moving against me. There was kind of a wave of, why would we want to invest time at the federal level when it seems like that's a tough place to win? But then this one lady from Minnesota, right outside Minneapolis, actually spoke up, and I could tell pretty immediately that she had a lot of weight with the group because there was silence once she started talking. And she told this incredible story about how she had spent the last 20 years fighting repeated proposals for incinerators in her neighborhood. And she said, literally, at this point in my life, I am $20,000 in debt from fighting these campaigns. I haven't been able to hold a full-time job because I spend so much of my life organizing these campaigns against incinerators. And she said, anything that I can do to help fight this at the federal level and to make it harder for them to be built around the country, or certainly not to make it easier for them to build these things around the country, I'm 100% there, and I hope that others will join me. And immediately after she told this story, it was like the wave kind of receded. And then a whole bunch of other people, including a bunch of the people who'd said no before, started to say, hell yeah, I'll help. I'll definitely help. What can I do? The groups volunteered to bring this up at their local community groups in their local activist circles and get everybody to call their legislators and to say, I know that the trash burning industry is trying to get into the renewable electricity standard, and I think that will be a disaster, and I'll fight it to the end.